This way we get better deal. See? Now our Overlord is at full power. Oh, they thought they can suppress it. Not on my watch. Man, I love those new cards. They are so cool. And look at this. Our moment of glory. Our playing for the full game is here. Oh boy. Are we actually doing it? So this card is most likely a dead card completely. Oh, I love this play. This is so smart because they get all the counters and they put it on something else, including the stun counters. I actually had zero idea of this interaction, and so is our opponent. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today we are continuing our adventure into the horror with a control deck unlike you have seen. And sure, we have sweepers, we have counter spells, but this deck plays completely different thanks to the Overlords, because you set them up on turn 3, turn 4, you instantly get some value, cycling cards or just making blockers for, for days. And then, for the rest of the game, you are controlling the battlefield, defending, because in few turns you are getting your wincon and it will take over the game. So I think this is extremely fun playing pattern for control. And let's get to the new cards because you want to see what they do. Don't make a sound. Replacement for normalize. If they pay this 2 extra mana, so it's not 3, it's 2. You surveil, so even if they can pay, you still get kinda the value. It's kinda considered surveil 2 is equal to more or less 1 extra card. So this is a good, replacement card. Meatlocker, you will see it in action. If you laugh, you will be surprised how good this card can be. And basically you play it for 3, you disable a creature for like 3 turns because you put 2 stun counters on it. And late game, when you have nothing to do, you can unlock the other room for 5 mana and draw 3 cards and discard 1 card, which really helps into this late game when you don't have anything to play. Split up a new sweeper that will destroy either untapped creatures or tapped creatures, depending on your taste. Twist Reality is also a very modal counter spell. You can either manifest Dread, the new mechanic from the set that creates basically a creature, or counter spell. So in both ways you get some value from it. We are also using Glimmerburst. This is card draw engine that also creates basically a blocker. You can also use it to fuel Fountainport, so you can draw extra card if you really want to. And Size from Slumber is a removal that if that targets attacking creature, you can pay less. So it's basically 2 mana. Here you go. Overlord of the Floodpits, absolutely amazing card. I'll tell you, man, I think all of the Overlords are absolutely busted. I've never was disappointed with any of the Overlords. They seem extremely good. So basically this one, you pay 3 mana, you draw 2 cards instantly, trying to fix your early game. This really helps hitting clans and all of this stuff. And then you have this Impending. And the very important small detail, you get the first Impending trigger on your end step. So basically you have like 4 Impending counters, and every end step you remove 1. And when the last one is removed, it becomes a creature. Basically at your end step, so you cannot attack it on the first turn, but it can already block your opponent's creatures. So this is extremely cool mechanic that incorporates basically time into your gameplay, and I like this. I liked it a lot. And this one is creating 2 creatures that are 2/1 with flying, and then every time it attacks, it gets the effect again. And of course this one as well, every time you attack after it's become a creature or all of this stuff, you get extra cards. So in a way you are doing 3 cards a turn with your natural card. And that takes over the game extremely quickly, on top of 5 damage a turn, which is 4 turn lethal. So guys, we will talk more about the cards in the outro. For now, I want to say a huge thank you. I love that you enjoyed the other video for the Reanimator. If you didn't see it, check it out. It was absolutely glorious. And yeah, let's go into games. Thank you guys. I hope you'll have a great fun. Alright, we're on the draw. However, we have really nice hand. If we can survive the early game, we cannot play the lockdown. That's the only thing that kinda scares me. But we can always place this because we have double blue then. And we should be able to draw white mana. I'm not sure, like if they play Fabled Passage, it shouldn't be super aggressive. Alright, so the enchantment deck, right? Whenever enchantment you control enters, or whenever you fully unlock a room, create a token. A 1/1 token. So let's play this one. I mean, we don't have too many plays. I will make a fake stop just to keep them thinking, but we cannot really do much here. So we just take the damage. We are preparing with a lockdown and trying to work toward Overlords. I like this gameplay pattern of just making Overlord, getting some value, and then trying to defend for the rest of the time. Oh man, oh boy, I really do want to draw as, you know, a mana for lockdown. Deals combat damage, alright. And the effect is cool on this one. So this is already quite a lot of damage. I think we just go Overlord. Oh, double. Alright. Listen, we have to go we have to go hard here. Oh man, we actually missed white mana even with all of this. That's a little bit on the scary side. This is bad. I really didn't expect that we'll whiff so hard on 26 rounds. Alright. I remember this one. It pumps, right? Or it pumps on 6 mana and it creates like tokens on less mana. It's 4-2. So extremely good card, by the way. Oh my god. Good. Good, good, good. Alright. Time for our first lockdown of the game. And I'll tell you, man, it made a difference. It made a difference. Oh man, this even exiled the room, right? Because it's 2 mana. I'm like the unlocked one is 2 mana converted cost. I think if they unlock the other one, the card converted cost becomes 8. I'm not super sure, but I think that's how it works. So they basically add the unlocked rooms converted mana cost. Why is your stuff in your board? That's not how it usually is. Listen, I'm really persistent on this one. However, do I care about... Man, they didn't unlock it. It comes locked again. I really like this design, man. They did a really good job with this. So what we can do is split up. This is the best moment to use it. It kills everything. I'm not reading this card, alright? All I know is that it did something. Oh. That's cool. I like my opponent's room under, you know, my stuff. So we have double blue. Yep, that was necessary. However, now we are starting the game on very different terms. Yeah, I think we'll have to sweep again, and that should be it. However, we can try to go with the Overlord. On the next turn, we can get rid of all of this. What do you do? Copy, you control. Counters don't matter. Draw a card is painful, but I think we can make it work. This is a little bit risky play. But the fact we are getting so much value will probably mean that we won't die. I don't see any kind of weird combo here, and... Yep, and on the next turn we can... So if we sweep the board and attack with this, drawing extra cards, that's probably game. I don't think they can beat it, especially we have 2 counter spells, so we will hit 6 mana, 3 mana is for sweeper, 3 for counter spell, they cannot recover from this. Once you sweep the board and have counter spell open, that's usually great. What do you do? And it's a toy artifact creature with... Right, it can still block, so I think I'll take it. This is 1 converted mana cost, so lockdown actually gets it back. Yeah, we cannot block this one, right? Because it's unblockable. Let's keep it, because after lockdown we get this back, and it's back to being 5-3. Drawing card kinda hurts, but they need a way to remove enchantment, otherwise they lose. Alright. Let's start with this one, shall we? Oh, I don't have a land, but I will have after the attack. Hopefully. Let's take the damage. I need double blue, so I don't want to risk that I will draw the wrong land. This way we get better deal. See? Now our Overlord is at full power. Oh, they thought they can suppress it. Not on my watch. And we have an extremely good cards here. I think it's Glimmerburst. Our Ricardo is here and here, like we already have the value. Now we play this and we win the game. And that's how we do it. Man, I'm really happy with this play. The fact that we knew that Overlord will recover after lockdown, get us value and missing land for a counter spell, that was a nice play. You know, just not bragging, it was decent play. Alright. Oh, we untapped. The game is over. The game is absolutely over. Let's attack first, right? And this is why I love those Overlords. Man, this is such a fun playing pattern. Trying to defend and just going, you know, all in on the big creatures. That's... I think this is also better for everyone, right? A lot of people don't like this playing pattern of not having wincons in your control deck. And that kinda solves it for everyone. So I really like the decision. And our opponent cannot do anything, like we have so much. Sure, let's counter it with a small guy. They have only one card. I mean, you know what? It's even easier. Here, we came prepared. So they will get the enchantment, but there are no creatures. So basically when this dies, it gets back into the battlefield. Oh, they don't need to enchant a creature. But it doesn't do really anything if they don't have creatures. So that saves us a counter spell, which is way, way better. And this one would be on the next turn. So as you can see, they just scooped to their Impending Doom. This might be rough, but I will try to use it. Oh man, that's so cool. Let's go with the island first. Oh, the interaction. I love when boards have interactions. This is so cool, man. Oh, that's so fun. And the ice. Ice everywhere, and you cannot catch them all. Alright, I should start playing the game. So we drew a very bad card that will be extremely good later. Manifest. Okay. I mean... Alright, you have one drop. And it will never die. Okay, this is a little bit on the rough side. Can I please play my land so I can play all the cool cards? Will I die to double rats, bro? No way, right? Okay, I have to take it. So the plan is that we Sunfall them, so they never get the trigger. That's awkward. Please, lands. Okay. We are back into the game. Sure. This is a very interesting card. I really like this card because it has some clear counterplay. Can you go away? I think we go with this. Just because I don't want him to see my hand, because they will get so much information. And they did nice job with the interactions. There are a lot of those. Or at least some. Alright, this is perfect. Man, this is huge. So I can already go with the Overlords? No, not yet. Oh man, the faster we play it, the better. Alright, I'm greedy. Like, the fact that time plays a role in your plays is so cool. Like, this is basically like new dimension of, playing the game plan. So I really like it. Right, Goose? Are you happy to be in Horror House? Of course she is. Alright, so... What's up? Talent. Go for the throw, that's fine. That's fine. I actually don't want to block anyway. Or maybe we want to block this guy. But we can just Sunfall it. So what is the play? I will go for another Overlord on the next turn. No. I think they so basically they probably have a lot of creatures that really love, being dreaded. Maybe they have some ways to, get it back. So I could go for the Glimmerburst so we can get better... Okay. I have a plan. Nope. I don't want to block with this, but I want him to think that we can block. So that will affect his, his decisions. Maybe he will go a little bit harder on the board. And we don't really care about it because we are Sunfalling on the next turn. Well, this is annoying. This is really annoying, but I think we can make it work. We'll just go with the Overlords and we'll try to go harder than they can with the talents. Alright. So this is the Glimmerburst. I want to have more lands so we can control the game a little bit better. So I could trade against those things, but we don't really want to. I can negate all the damage though. I still want a 3/3 Sunfall token. So maybe it can trade against something. I think this is a good deal. And we Sunfall on this turn before the Overlord will flip. And it flips soon. This should solve a little bit of problems. Everything they play will be untapped, so Split Up should get rid of the rest of the problems. And on the next turn, the Overlord comes. See, this is the grand scheming. We are going for the long run. Sure. All I see is no haste, alright? As long as there is no haste, we don't care. And this will be annoying because of all the warding. They will level up the second one, so we need to ward 2 basically. But we can, because we have so much extra mana. We could split up, but I think it's a good card. Why waste it if we don't have to? Well, because 3 steps ahead is a thing. Man, I love those new cards. They are so cool. And look at this. Our moment of glory. Our playing for the full game is here. And they want to go for the throated, but we are prepared. So let's see it. Can they double go for the throat, or they just lost the game? It's not go for the throat. Let's make it easier for ourselves, because I think that's a scoop material right now. That's it. They can play a 1-drop maybe? Oh, they cannot. Oh, that's so bad. Look at this. Oh, this is the Overlord coming for you, my friend. We could get the other one, but I would keep the counter spell into Get Lost, because that forces another hit like this. So guys, that's how we do it in new era of Control. Alright, so this is extremely slow hand, but if we can survive, and with Beza I think we might, we can go super hard, man. We don't need more lands, so that's what I... Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. Against this kind of deck, this is a premium card. It's a little bit slow. Oh, this is bad. I misread it. I thought it's like Ores of Control or something. So this, okay, this is way worse. Let's go with this guy. And this round is insane. The fact that you, even if you don't control plains or island, it's just a basic land in a way, like basic plains, is kinda insane. So the bat is always just making a problem for everyone. However, we can get into a split up situation or just lockdown and win the game. So I honestly think if they take Overlord, we cast 3 steps ahead probably, just to cycle cards. And if they take one of the counter spell, we have the other one. They took the new counter spell, which is an interesting one, because we cannot use it to cycle cards, and that suggests they have a strong play for the next turn, right? Alright. Man, look at this crisp mana base. They probably want to play something. Like right now they have nothing that gets any kind of use from all this lifelink. And the lifelink alone doesn't do anything. Really? Bro, can you like chill the... Can you chill with the bats, please? They might, play Amalia, and that's probably the worst case scenario for us. Everything except, something for 2 mana that gets the value, which is exactly the Essence Channel, and double bat on the play with triple enablers. I mean, just being good at Magic, They have the Painland, so this one will be insanely huge very quickly. I honestly think we have to go Beza on the next turn or we die. We're kinda flooding as well. They want to go with the Overlord, just to get a sweeper for the next turn. It could be really good. I'm not drawing cards with Beza, so I'm not getting too much value. All of this will have flying, so I think this is actually way better. All we need is a sweeper and we win the game. Okay, that's a bit on the rough side. All of my Cardo on the last turn when I cannot use Cardo. It's fine. Like if we had this, we would cast it instead of anything else and trade against the bat, and that could be enough to win the game, honestly. But we'll go the hard way. They have only 1 card, so their, capabilities are super limited. Once they lose this, the game is over. And they will probably life gain enough? No, it's only 2. Alright. Even if we kill this 1 creature, it's already pretty okay. Oh boy, are we actually doing it? I think we are. I actually think we are. Listen, here's your huge creature, but there is nothing you can do with it. They have something, but it's a removal, right? They definitely play some removal in the deck, and that's probably it. So this card is most likely a dead card completely, and they're waiting for the Overlord. And it will come, but later than you want. Oh, I love this play. This is so smart because they get all the counters and they put it on something else, including the stun counters. I actually had zero idea of this interaction, and so is our opponent. Okay, that was perfect. So their plan was extremely smart. They wanted to get rid of this that was completely useless and just go on the other creatures so they can use all this value they stacked. But stun counter is, how could you guess, a stun counter? so it gets transferred as well, but this is such a weird interaction. So yeah, we both learned something, and that was an interesting one. So this one is disabled for the next turn. All we need to do is just survive a little bit longer. I could draw a lot of cards with this one. We can play Beza. So what draw? Sorry, I need to think, bro. Because we need to make the best play for this turn because we don't have another one. Alright, so I think we are doing with this, honestly. That means we can also surveil. Glimmerburst is nice because it saves us one turn, but this one is the problem. So maybe we do it next turn. We don't need this. We want to unlock the room. Man, I like the interface on those room cards. They're perfect. And this is exactly the card I wanted to hit. I think we want mana, so yeah. I think with this we should be winning on the next turn. So they will attack with the bat, deal 3 damage, ley line. Oh my god, that was so scary. I was like, am I dead? Alright. They're already preparing, but we can draw a lot of cards, so we have to split up. There's not much we can do about it. So this will be a hard sell anyway. Destroy all tapped creatures, but we'll get the Overlord that can attack on the next turn. So we are getting good value here. We also have a counter spell. We play land. Man, look how important this land is. It can be a Glimmerburst. And we have the Overlord, so we can actually draw Man, we can draw like 5 cards before the next turn, something like this. And this really put the work in this game, man. First, like, I think it's okay. I might be wrong, but it's fine. And we just want to draw more cards. Oh, this one has flying. I kinda forgot about it. Why is my opponent on 40 life? I feel like left, left out of this. Kinda the draw, to be honest. Oh man, is that what I think it is? Oh my god, this feels glorious. Did we just win the game? On 2 life against 40? And yeah, they are drawing 1 card a turn and we have a counter spell, so whatever they draw, it doesn't matter. Oh man. Oh, this is brutal. And you know what? We can even start casting more stuff on the future turns. Land is nice, but we don't want to get it. We'll draw something. Yep. It will take a while, but we're actually winning this game. I could cast it, but then we don't have a counter spell, and I should scoop, honestly. Oh my god. Do you scoop at 35 life against 2? Yes, because you lost control over the game. Alright, our opponent is going first. This is so much value that I actually can play it with this like a card advantage card. It's basically your draw extra cards. So what do we go for? I will try like this. I really want to get into those Overlords. And we have to play this on turn 1, so we can... I don't think this is the card we need. We already have one, we don't need the second one. Definitely, their creatures are not as aggressive as red ones, so this gets a little bit worse. I honestly will discard it. All I care is 4 lands and double Overlord. That's our game plan. Is that good enough? I'm not sure. Beza. Beza is nice also, because we seem to be having less cards right now. Okay. I can get Demolition Field on this turn. You know what? I think we should get there. All we need to do is draw a land and we win the game. But we need to draw a land. Do we recycle with this? This might be so important that I actually might cycle this. Yep, here's your... Enjoy the 1 damage. I think they have it for interactions and bargain, but I don't think it's still best. Like, you want something like the Nightmares. What do you do, my friend? Whenever an enchantment you control enters, and whenever you fully unlock a room, surveil 2, if that's the first time. Second time, I discard a card as an opponent, and third time, creature card into battlefield from... Alright. Kinda scary. I cannot counter it. Okay, I think we have to kill it. I don't have a sweeper right now. Not perfect. They will get a good card from the top. They might even get the land that they really need. So get lost is actually really bad here, but I have to go with this play. I'm not drawing cards. We need to get those 2 Overlords cooking as soon as possible. The faster they enter, the faster we get the full value. And this is basically like 3 cards in one. And if we can get a single attack, it's 5 cards in one. And that's where our card advantage, you know, comes from. Okay, that's okay, that's okay. It's only a removal. And it's basically for leftovers from our play that will get the value later. What do you do? For each enchantment, and has first sec. Okay, that kinda explains a little bit. Only first, I mean we should go with this, I think. No trample. Alright, Glimmerburst is really nice here. But guys, we need to set it up as soon as possible because time is a resource right now. And as you can see, time is on our side. Our opponent is in a pickle. Like, he is winning the board right now, but he knows that in like, I mean, 2 or 3 turns, it will change heavily. And they don't have too much mana. Right now the map tokens are too slow. Alright, what do you do? Alright, that's fine. I don't see trample and I won't because the colors don't match. And we have flyers for days. At least for now. At least for now. Please don't draw a land. Perfect. This is the extremely strong one, right? Enters, exile non-land permanent opponent. Well, I mean, man, worth to just to make sure that you can never kill a creature. How dare you kill a 1-drop? Alright, so what can we do here? I really kinda like Glimmerburst. So what they will target? They will target this and hit our face probably. Then we Glimmerburst. But I don't want to waste, like I want to hit my mana on every turn. This is kinda important, so let's miss mana on our turn. But the next turn is split up. We kill the Fear of Lost Thief, and isn't that 18 damage? Oh, it just always deals 1, sure. As long as we can survive this turn, I think we should be fine. This is an interesting mesh of like this card into this. Do I die? On the last turn when all I needed is this card for the whole game. That was an unfortunate game, honestly, man. I really think we should be winning this, but we just got the cards in the wrong order. So, you know, it happens. Alright guys, are you ready? Man, I could not be more excited. Let's go with the Verge maybe? No, we go with Plains, because on turn 1 it's kinda the same as Plains. Man, the art on this, like, art in this set is actually amazing. So we have a counter spell on the next turn, but not on this one, so we want this Destroy Evil probably. It doesn't hit, alright. It will be useful later, but I think we'll probably hold up the counter spell and try to get some extra value. We have the Glimmerburst on the next turn, so we are not like we are progressing really hard right now. Especially on the next turn we can also go Overlord, so we can draw cards, we can make a lot of tokens, we can counter spell. Man, oh, the new control looks hot. This is we could get lost this, or just Destroy Evil. This is perfect. This is just perfect. Because it doesn't seem to be, this deck doesn't seem to be using too many new cards, so there is a chance we won't get too much value. So we definitely need 4 mana on this turn. And this card, alright. So this card is really nice overall. I want to check it. The fact that you get some board presence is actually kinda important. And also you can use this token to sacrifice to Fountainport, so it can be 3 cards for 4 mana. Okay, you pay 6, alright? Actually 7. It's fine, it's still good. And here's the creature. They might be considering killing it before we draw a card. They decided not to. And we kinda have full control over the game so far. I like lands, we need more. We played the land so we don't need the next one on this turn. And honestly, with all the get low, man, I think we already won the game. Like, legit, we won the game already. We are not attacking because they want to make a Fountainport token, probably. Now they will draw a card, probably, if we don't attack. But that's fine. We are a control deck, we will get more. And we also have Fountainport, you know? And whatever they will cast, it will get answered with either Get Lost, Twist Reality, and we are getting more and more value every single turn. I like the Impending mechanic because you can set it up when you cannot defend it. So I don't want to play this because they will just remove it. However, I can prepare for the turn when it comes into battlefield, and then you are ready with all the counter spells and you know, all the cool stuff. We want to draw a card, right? I mean, we have a land for the next turn, so we don't need a draw on the next one. If they go for the creature, that's fine. I don't really super care. And they need to tap, so that means no fish probably. Yeah, it feels like a cut down, right? They should probably cut it down. Alright, Butler Goat. Go for it. Here you go. See? Just being good at Magic. So, yeah, I think we go with Wastes. This might be the turn when we finally can start doing cool stuff. Let's go. Oh, we need double blue, right? This is not a great tap. Let's go blue, blue, and this. This is the correct tap, though. And Impending. Man, we instantly get the value. Card advantage for us, and now our opponent is on the clock, so he cannot play so passively anymore. That means he needs to start casting into our removal and counter spells, and oh boy, they might not like it. I actually want all of those cards, to be honest. This is great. This is great. Oh my god, this is brutal. I actually need to get rid of Get Lost, and that sounded way more weird than I expected. If we attack and they block, I actually like it. I actually like it. Because I don't really care about this. Like, look how much we have. We didn't even start the value train and we are already crushing them. Like, when we start using those Overlords one after another, when we start unlocking rooms to draw 3 cards, like, this is huge. If they trade 1 for 1, I'm so happy. I think they might want to block, so they think we will go with the Fountainport. I guess not. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. And it's Impending. Man, I love those Overlords so much. They're amazing. And everyone, each one of the Overlords I have tried so far is just, man, it's actually busted. Like, it's great card. The fact that you get instantly the value and then you basically get your wincon later for free is just amazing. This is the type of cards I love to see in Magic. Alright, let's see it. And it's also, like, you know, gives you the longer framework for the game. Like, you are not playing those first 3 turns, right? You are playing for future. That means planning gets more rewarded than normally. And this is exactly what I want. Alright. So our opponent is in a super pickle, and you can see that they're looking at this Overlord and it's like, oh no, oh no, in few turns I'm in trouble. And if they play something, we can just go Midlocker, get the new sweeper. I mean, they really baited, huh? They have only 1 mana, so I'm taking it. That's a weird play. I don't think it's a good one. Like, they kinda gave up everything here. And for 1 chorus, I cannot see any kind of, you know, gotcha move. Yeah, that would... Man, look at this! They didn't even see anything, they couldn't do anything for the whole game, and the mere sight of this Overlord was like, well, I'll leave the game, I cannot beat this. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this journey to horror, and I know there are questions that linger on your mind. Is the card good? Should I craft it? All of this stuff, key information, key details, and you know what? You will get them because we are a responsible content creator, basically. So before we go there, I want to say a huge thank you to our Patreon members for allowing all those horror stories to come through on the channel. Thank you really guys for, you know, just caring about the channel and helping. It makes a huge difference. And yeah, if you want to join the Patreon, get earlier decks than everyone else, especially with the new set, that's kinda a big deal. And, you know, immortalize in the video. Check out the Patreon, you might like it. And you can ask me a question there, alright? You can. Alright, what about the deck? Well, this will be a hard one, so let's start with the easiest ones, Overlords. I mean, I was never unhappy with any Overlord I have ever seen in my hand. The only time you might not like it is when you cannot cast it for 4 mana. Honestly, this card always gets value, always is useful. The amount of creatures it produces is also meaningful. Like, your opponent needs to kinda use removal on those tokens, and then they have a 6/6, and when it flips you can try to protect with counter spells, so I really like it. Even the 3 mana one that I wasn't super sure at first, especially that it has 3 toughness, so that's a sketchy toughness, you know. It really did a lot of work. The fact that it instantly cycles and gets you, you know, usually lands, removal and counter spells, like you want to balance those things in the perfect way, this really does help. this really helps. And later you always get, this extra value. Like I've been drawing so many cards after, removing all the impending, counters. Like this makes a difference, and very often it doesn't die somehow. Probably because they need so much removal to other stuff. So I think Overlords are like the safest craft. Those cards seems to be insane. I wouldn't be surprised if all of the Overlords are amazing, because the green one and the red one seems to be strong as well. I just didn't play with them, but man, isn't the green one like 3 mana ramp into a huge creature? Like what the hell? They are amazing, and they make such a great way of playing the game that I have some hopes for them. Maybe they will be, meta defining. We'll see. I am cross my fingers for this. Glimmerburst. I thought it's a nice card. It didn't feel super strong, so maybe disappointed a little bit in this one. It's okay. That's for sure. Like, you get decent value, but it's not something that is groundbreaking. Maybe we can make different plays for even Meatlocker. Honestly, this is a weird card, right? Because if you get hit by hasters, you don't really want to tap them. Not, stun counters mean that you need to draw a sweeper in like 2 turns. However, the fact that you can disable a creature, especially with the stab thing, it really works nicely with split up, because then you can manipulate your opponent's stab. I really wanted something like this in the deck, so you can, tailor the sweeper for a perfect win. Drawing those 3 cards, and it seems like 2 extra cards, but in reality, remember, most of the time you will use it when you have like lands in the hand and you have nothing to do. So most of the time you actually draw 3 cards, and the card you discard doesn't matter. So it really can fix your whole gameplay in the late game when you don't have too much value, while also being kind of removal in the early game. So kinda the perfect synergy. Is just common, so we can try it. I liked it. The problem is that sometimes you cannot use it perfectly with this Meatlocker part, but if you can, it's just perfect. You can tap Charlotte with this one, so split up always kills it as well. So yeah, a Twist Reality card that I absolutely adored from start, because I love the counter spells that also create kind of removal. Manifest Dread can trade against creature as an ambush, so in a way it is a bit of a removal, and having a counter spell that doubles as a removal is always the dream, right? So I had high hopes, but that's why I split 3 steps ahead and Twist Reality half and half, because I really wanted to get a feeling which one I want to draw more. And I'll be honest, I'm not fully sure, but I think 3 steps ahead is still like better. The drawing cards part is insane, not even talking about decks that can use the token part. So yeah, I usually liked 3 steps ahead, because the point, you really want to counter something and also get ahead in the game. And Twist Reality doesn't do it. You kinda trade card for card, that's it. And you cannot choose the other mode if you counter the spell, so in a way then it's just 3 mana plain counter spell. This can get so much upside. So I think probably we won't see too much. I'm not sure, but I think 3 steps ahead is still better. Don't make a sound. This is a very interesting one, and it depends how you want to play. Of course, Normalize is more solid. It gets better job as a counter spell. However, if you are doing it in a super late game, of course this one will be better, right? Because they kinda have to pay. They don't want to get a spell countered, and then you kinda get Surveil, which will get you to the next good play. And if you hit Overlord or something, or even Meatlocker, it skyrockets you ahead. So I kinda like it, but it probably will be Dimir counterspell, because they don't have access to Normalize. Probably you want Normalize to be as resilient as possible, but it gives you a chance to not play Normalize and get a different upside. Is that worth it? Probably not, but it can be worth it depending on the situation. I'm not sure about this one, but I kinda liked it. It's probably the best Phantom Interference replacement in my opinion. So yeah, Beza, I added Beza at some point because I started seeing some mono red, and yep, that's the main question, right? Okay, before we go there, Size from Slumber, I didn't really like this card. It's okay, it was useful many times, but it felt a little bit clunky. You can feel the difference, so not sure about this one as well. So the mono red, I actually played against mono red, and I have to say I usually lost games against it. However, before you get scared, alright, this is not the version that was, skewed against the meta. This is just a normal version to fight, balanced decks, mid-range, control, this kind of stuff. I didn't even include Elspeth Smite. We are not going super hard on the lockdowns or anything like this. So I think, it's about tailoring the deck and, just having a good draw, because I was on the rough side of the draws. So yeah, just wanted to point it out so you get full information before, any kind of crafts. So I think we can absolutely skew the deck if it is needed. Right now I want to keep balanced approach because we don't know how prevalent Mono Red will be. It seems that a lot of people are still playing Mono Red, but we don't know how it will look when the meta settles. So, maybe that's a little bit of a cope, but I think we can make it, alright? We can make it. And Split Up, that's a very interesting card. Is that better than the Lockdown? Well, Lockdown seems to be doing a better job in just clearing the board. However, Split Up is more versatile, so we kinda can avoid playing Sunforce and just get full 3 mana sweepers. So most of the time you can make it so it gets rid of the whole board. Sometimes you sweep the board and then they have replay everything that will be untapped. Then you get a full sweeper. Or sometimes you wait until they don't play a creature for 1 turn and then everything they had before is already tapped. So you can make some magic with this one, but Lockdown can hit, non-creatures as well. So most of the time, Lockdown was, better at clearing the board, and Split Up was better at just, getting more versatility depending on the situation. So I like the split between both because they kind of work in a different way. So yeah, I like the deck. I think it's very strong. I don't think this is the final version. I think I will continue to tweak it, and the Overlords were probably the favorite part of the whole deck. I might be screwed. I love ROMs, alright? So I really liked a Meat Locker. Is that because I'm biased? Probably, but I love this card and I want to make a deck with only ROMs because they are epic. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this honest review. This is my feeling, I cannot test too much of those decks, but so far it seems really fun, and this is way more fun way to play Control. So maybe we get more Control players in Standard. Who knows? So guys, I hope you enjoyed and see you tomorrow.